I'm recording this in case I get killed. Alright, I got a couple things to do today before I get Evan. The thing about downtown fast food places is you have like three types of customers. You have the type who are like me and are there as a utility to get food that allows us to not cook, really, you know? I don't give two fucks about it. It's all plastic anyway. So, hold on. So yeah, customers like me, I just go in there and I get my shit and I, wash my hands and leave. But then you have those other people who make it sort of like a group thing and it's like an outing for them. But the third kind is what you really gotta watch out for. The third kind of those people who are just so lonely that going to have a free refill cup of coffee at Burger King is like their social event. And these people usually, they gotta have problems. They fucking have to have problems. But I don't know, what am I gonna say about it? I could be there someday too. But yeah, I just had a run-in with one of those people. She was all like casing me and stuff, and I could see her trying to build confidence to come and talk to me, and I'm like, don't bother. It's like, even if you do have this conversation that you want with me, it's not going to be what you want it to be, because I don't want it at all. But I don't know, I like to be left alone, and that's not a bad thing. I finally figured that out. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, this chick wanted to try one of my chicken fries. They were terrible. I didn't even eat them. But I was like, sure, go ahead, And then she ate this thing, said it was pretty decent, and stood like 10 feet away from my table staring at me like I'm gonna fucking save her. It's like, give up on that notion, dear. I couldn't save a fucking flea. So anyway, on with my day. The couple things I have to do before I get my kid in like an hour and a half. I have to get food for today because I can't get a grocery store ride until tomorrow. I gotta give $10 to give his damn grandma, so she, I don't know, it's just a stupid deal. I gotta pay her every time she does anything. I don't know. Whatever, I don't care. So I have to get money for that. He wants a Big 10 spot, no biggie. And I need to get like pizza or something for tonight for me and Evan. Because like I said, I don't have a ride to the gas station until tomorrow, so I have a poopy day out. We might go for a walk, but I think we're landlocked otherwise. Whenever I go to this gas station, I'm always like, alright, take the bus home quick. They're not going to be there in 5 minutes. They just walk home. So, probably what's going to happen right now. Everyone thinks everything's about them. It's like, when I film these vlogs, everyone looks at me like, why the fuck are you filming me? And it's like, bitch, the camera's on me. If I can't figure out why I would film you, just understand that I'm not. Something I have planned for the future is a tour of the Den of Divorce. It's what's been stopping me from doing the Goggin Crib show. So, I figure the only way to get over that shit is to do an entire video on it. Is that Evan? Yeah. What do I do for a fun Saturday? I go to the damn grocery store. Yeah. Hi. Waiting for my brother. He's usually not this late, but this late for him is 6 minutes. He's fairly punctual. I don't know what part of our family he got that shit from. Fuck, I'm late for everything. Over with, so what are we going to do for the rest of our day now, Evan?
Go home and play video games.
Go home and play video games it is. In the little part of today's video from 2 days ago, I mentioned that I got some news on my van, but then I had that crazy person run in. So the news I got is actually pretty good. My van, the transmission fell right out of it. And if you know anything about cars, you know it's a pretty expensive repair. But this program must not have any other vehicles available, because they're like, well, we already did a new part, a new transmission. So, okay, I'm happy with it. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought they were just going to put me on the waiting list again for another month or 5. But it did not apparently happen. I said I should have it back in another week. So, it doesn't work for 10 days, in the shop for 20. Going good so far. What are you doing, baby?
It's not working.
Finally got him outside today. He's all like, no, what are the games? I'm not like a normal parent with that shit. I don't really think that games are evil. He hates leaving, and I don't blame him, but the truth of it is, this year, I don't really have childcare for him, so I don't know if I could have really kept him very well either. Anyway, people usually watch him. They have a business now, so no more square jobs. So that's always a little different.
Hello.
What do you have to say?
I want to go home. I just want to go home, but my dad thinks the opposite. Earlier, I found this really fun game, which is called Build a Raft for Treasure on Roblox. And I really want to go home because I want to build some more rafts and see what I can do. But my dad just wants to stay outside, and he hates the outside too.
I do hate sending him back to his fucking grandma's house every weekend. Pisses me off. Nothing I can do about it though.